Hello, hi, hey, and welcome back to SPNN Forum. I am your host, Jiccarra N. Hollman, and today I am here with a pillar, a legend, and a model of Black excellence. I'm here with the one and only Tommy McNeal of Flame Mobile Kitchen and so much more. Boss man,
Yes.
Mr. Tommy McNeal, you are so many things. Starting out as the CEO and founder of Flame Mobile Kitchen. But your story doesn't start nor does it end there. Tell me, who is Tommy McNeal?
Yeah, no, great question, and
Oh,
thanks for
thank
having
you.
me today. I appreciate it. Who's Tommy? I am a husband,
Okay,
a father,
okay.
a man of Christ.
All right, get that out. Yes.
I am a son, brother, and close friend. And so of those things allow me to be a resource for others. And as a result of that, I am also the CEO of McNeal Management and Corporation, which house underneath the umbrella of the brand Flame Mobile Kitchen, McNeal Consulting, and a newly launched nonprofit 501c3 called Spark.
Spark.
Yeah.
I'm writing down Spark because we're going to talk about your Spark later.
Yes.
Mr. Spark. Okay, I got it. Now, I have come to see you and experience the experience of Flame Mobile Kitchen. You know, maybe one day soon I'll get to experience the coach and the consulting end. But let me ask you this. How did Flame Mobile Kitchen even come to be what it is?
Yeah, that's a great question. We were birthed out of COVID. So Flame Mobile Kitchen, the name of actually Flame Mobile Kitchen is called the Other Brothers. And so there was a group of individuals, including myself. I consider myself a man in the community, more of a philanthropist, and some of the work that's been done in terms of either me heading boards and or being affiliated with other nonprofits, churches, and organizations. And so during COVID, where everyone had to shelter in place, a group of friends and I identified that there was one individual who is one of the premier chefs of Flame, really had a passion for curating meals out of smoked and grilled goods. And as he continued to perfect his crafts, as all people were in the house doing a lot of work, Darren Hayes, give him a shout out for being the inspiration around it. He led us into a sense of there was a need for us to get in the community with it. As restaurants brick and mortars was closing down, we really identified that there was an opportunity for us to go out and meet people where they were. And so rather than people are having reluctance of sitting inside of a restaurant, we were out in the community. Well, what we didn't know is that although we were birthed out of COVID, we were going to be raised during the civil unrest. So during the George Floyd murder, we became more of a fixture in the community as people continue to support Black businesses, and that we continue to be out in the community serving the people who was advocating for change. And so that spawned the movement around us not only getting a food truck, but leveraging the food truck for better catering opportunities.
Come on. I feel like you just answered about 14 of my questions.
Yeah.
But one specifically is, what unmet need did you set out to serve? And that being many folks like my Auntie Tika, who after COVID still haven't taken off the mask and will not sit in the kitchen. You can still feed her and others like her. And there's nothing wrong with them, but it's just that people now want to eat in non-traditional ways.
Yeah.
And so Flame offers that.
Flame does. You know, one of the things that we try to provide is a culinary experience.
Come on.
It's called a Flame experience is what we internally call it. The Flame experience is really focused around the customer service. So food is a table stake for us. The food should be good. In any restaurant that you go to, if it's notable or not, because we've been in the communities where there have been kind of torn down buildings and people have these small mom and pop shops, but the food is amazing. And so, but we've also been to high-end 4- and 5-star restaurants where the food hasn't been that great. But one of the things that really hinders the taste buds of most people is it's not the food, but what do they get out of the experience? And that's what keeps people coming back to a particular restaurant and or having a food service provider cater to their needs.
I like when I see a Flame mobile truck because I have like black men just smiling at me because they're excited to serve, excited to be there. They're not thinking about the weight of the world and, you know, so many things that are burdening us, but they're serving us good meals. You know, I've had a salmon burger. I've had the salad. I didn't get anything today here, not at all. But, but I have had an opportunity to experience Flame, and it is good. And it's so good that oftentimes you guys sell out because people come back and they buy. I've seen people be at an event where your food truck is at, and they'll come out and we have like the free ticket. Sometimes I come out on the free ticket. But then they come back and they buy 2 or 3 meals to take back home.
Yes.
And so that those guests of us that come back for a second free ticket that I found can get, I can get, you know, another dish that I want to try. I like that you guys offer the tacos. So sometimes I'll get the chicken, the steak, and the salmon. I ain't never had a trio like that. I get a chicken, a steak, and a salmon taco with Flame Mobile Truck. Come on.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. And so, we, you know, what we've identified when we launched the business, it was primarily focused around, because we don't fry any food. We know that our people, primarily people of color, have health concerns, right?
Yeah.
High cholesterol, blood pressure, et cetera. So we don't specialize in fried food. All we do is grill, bake, and smoke. That's what our specialties are.
Okay.
And so knowing that we provide a healthier choice.
Good.
You know, there's in all respect, because a lot of them are colleagues of ours that does fried food, much respect to them. But for me, you know, because I'm getting a little bit older, you know, I try not to look as much as old as I am, but I know that it's important for me to make sure that I'm eating more healthy. And so when we decided to start with just grilled and smoked goods, that quickly evolved from the food truck that people in corporate, as well as in some community, as well as personally, wanted that option for themselves, either through some of their conventions, some of their conferences, and even some of their backyard birthdays, receptions, et cetera. So we wanted to make sure that we catered to everybody, and then we wanted to broaden the menu so that we wasn't limited to be, which hence the name Flame Mobile Kitchen. So we're not limited to what we can do in terms of providing food fare.
I see. I love it. Okay. Speaking of which, I have to ask you, what is your culinary background, Mr. Tummy McNeal?
I always chuckle at this because I don't have any. I grew up in a single-family household. My mom did all the cooking. I had 3 brothers, and all 4 of us was responsible for cleaning. So she cooked, we cleaned. But what I do have is 30 years of corporate experience, business experience. And so what my role in Flame is really to provide more of a consultation approach, more of an advisory approach to the operation and administration of the business. That provides the caterers, the chefs, the cooks, the sous chefs, the bakers, the dessert makers, gives them the opportunity of taking the pressure off the business side of things and where they can really concentrate on their craft, which is where a lot of small business, which I like to call growing business, because I don't think any business is small, it's a mindset, but all growing business struggle when they're trying to balance them both. So what I do is I identify the passion that people have for food. And then I encourage them to be a part of this brokerage, this agency of a franchise called Flame Mobile Kitchen, of what I'm looking to establish. And I utilize their talents and help foster more growth in how they prepare meals, how they present meals, and how they provide an exceptional customer service so that we are able to grow together as an organization.
Okay. And so, as a businessman, you know how to build businesses that specialize in someone's culinary love and passion so that they can serve the food, get out good eats while you take care of the business.
Mhm.
Come on, okay. So when I ask you what is your culinary background, you got the number to the chef that's gonna cook the meal.
100%.
Okay, I
If you
got
call
you.
me, I'll make the calls. And you got to realize too that even in doing that, when you're doing events, maybe a wedding or
Yeah.
gala or just a general grad party,
Mhm.
most of the people are having anxiety about who do I need to contact, and they are opposed to being able to call various caterers, event planners. They just want somebody to be able to take care of their needs. And so Flame Mobile Kitchen, my role is to really bring forth various chefs and cooks that specialize in a variety of different things. Therefore, underneath the umbrella of Flame, I don't have to make too long of a phone call. I can call the group of chefs that's within our organization and ask what are their specialties and can they meet the needs of these customers. So now you only have to make one call. So it's a
Wow.
one-stop shop versus having to call a variety of different organizations.
And now, how does a chef or someone that has been cooking in their kitchen and they want to branch out and be a part of a chef cohort, how do they come to be a part of your team?
Yeah, that's a great question. For us, we have a intake process.
Okay.
I get inquiries all the time, just due to the natural state of where Flame is right now. I think the health of the business is strong. I feel like the caterers and the chefs that we have within the organization are well polished, and I actually employ them to help me with the talent acquisition of bringing people in, just so that not only it meets the need of the consumer, but it fits the culture of the existing business model that we have in place. So it's more or less an interview process. It's more of an
Okay.
application process of going in and really just seeing what they're naturally gifted in and where their passion truly lies to see if they fit within the organization.
That's amazing. Hey, if you are just tuning in, we are SPNN Forum. I am Jiccarra N. Hollman, and I am sitting with the boss man, Mr. Black Excellence himself, Tommy McNeal of Flame Mobile Kitchen. But we've talked about the kitchen a lot. He is so much more than the mobile kitchen. He is McNeal Management Incorporated, not just an LLC, but incorporated. And underneath that, you got consultant, you got executive coaching, you got Flame Mobile Kitchen, and now you have a new nonprofit, Spark. I know about Spark when I was preparing my questions, but tell me about Spark.
Spark for me is passionate. I'm passionate in two folds. One, Spark is really a subset of being able to draw the workforce into Flame Mobile Kitchen.
Yeah.
So where we found in the hospitality industry that there is a struggle for those that really specialize in the culinary arts. And so one of the challenges that's faced is that they don't have the help that they need to build the capacity to do larger events.
Okay.
And so being that I operate and run an organization that has seen the signs of struggle over the last 4 years that we've been in business, I figured out a way and a secret sauce to being able to provide a resource to help those chefs really prepare to serve their audience, their target audience. So Spark was one of which me making an attempt to get added into the workforce of Flame, Spark leading the pathway to success. That is Spark, Flame, Spark. So that's really where it was drawn from. But also more importantly is I seen that there was an opportunity for reentry. So, being that I grew up in the city of Chicago and not have always been the most polished guy, I've had my fair share of run-ins. And I know that there's people out there that are in dire need of employment opportunities who don't always get the luxury that everyone else gets to fill out an application and be employed by a major corporation. but they have a passion to work. And I want to be able to provide more of opportunity for them, not only to get into the workforce, but if they want an apprenticeship, they want more advancement in gaining knowledge around the culinary experience. They want to become a future entrepreneur in the business of food. I want to be able to provide them the skill sets and the tool and the certification for them to be able to kind of grow into that space without having to feel judged about where they may have had history that may have impacted their lives long term. I want to be a positive influence to that.
Amazing. Just listening to you talk, I understand why you are Emmy nominated, Emmy awarded, why you have been chosen to be in Culture Care magazine, which is just launching February 28th, while your story has been told on, The Story Behind the Menu, where they had a huge event that they did not invite me to, by the way, and it was a 5-course meal. Speaking of which, are you going to continue to do that? Offer those experiences of 4 and 5 courses for the community to come and experience Flame Mobile Kitchen?
Yeah, absolutely. It was exciting to be a part of that experience. Shout out first and foremost to Shay Sandifer, who own and operate. She's the founder of Story Behind the Menu. She only picks 4 chefs a year to be a part of that. And so she's been doing it for 4 years. She's had approximately 15 to 20 chefs in, and for her to select Flame as a part of that experience was something out of the ordinary for us. But as a result of that, it did spawn a thought around what can we do to continue to provide that very exclusive experience. So we've already had that concept and business model. You can't find Flame at your nearest corner. We actually move with intent. And so our intent is to be very, careful about who we partner with. And over the 4 years that we've been in business, we've partnered with over 200 businesses and organizations in the private and public sector, where you won't find us at the nearest corner store or out downtown. You won't find us. But if, in fact, that you reach out to us on flamemobilecitchen.com, you will be able to, or any of the social media handles of Flame Mobile Kitchen, you'll be able to find us there. And the article around Culture Magazine, Tiffany, who has that publication, I'm excited to be a part of the cover for that, and Flame Mobile Kitchen is going to be heading that charge. So I'm excited.
Okay, so I want an experience. I want a culinary experience. And I'm calling you up. Let me see. My sister just turned 18, so we're planning her graduation. Walk me through the intake.
Yeah. I think what made us, gave us the opportunity of being awarded the Black Business of 2024 was just what that process looked like. And shout out to Nancy Corche over at BBE.
Yep.
She does a really good job of fostering a great culture of excellence. But the intake is really simple. I mean, a lot of what we get, I don't do any marketing on behalf of Flame. Flame is really a referral-based organization.
Okay.
What we do is we allow for our food and our experience to really speak for itself. Not to say that we can't go out there and really start marketing ourselves in that way, but what we want to do is we want people who have experienced Flame to reach out to us on flamemobilecitchen.com. Call me directly, call any of the chefs that may be in relation to the business. And what we would have you do is to fill out more or less an intake form. This intake form is really self-explanatory. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to complete. It provides just an overview of your event. It asks for certain protein requirement. It talks about dietary constraints. It talks about what kind of experience you want. Do you want a drop-off experience? Do you want a buffet style? Do you want a full catering, full staff experience? Do you want to utilize one of our many ancillary tools that we use, like the food trailer, the smoker, the crab roll machines? All of those things are available to enhance the experience. And within that, we contact you within 24 to 48 hours. We go through a litany of conversations around logistics. We make sure that it fits your budget. And I think that's really most important. We don't claim to be the lowest cost provider, but what you're going to get is a high quality of food fare, but you're also going to get a great experience, and it's well worth the money that you're going to pay.
I love that. I'm going to get a lot of bang, a lot of flame for my buck.
I like that. I might use that.
Yeah. Because I want a Hawaiian-themed seafood boil set in Jamaica. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, we do it all. And, you know, if you want us to also be a part of the decorative ambiance of it, you know, we have an event team that really helps with in that space as well. So we're not limited to just bringing out food, but we can provide more of an ambiance around what that experience should feel like.
So now, speaking of the experience of flame, if I want the seasoning that you use when you make those tacos, if I want a cookbook to get some of the secrets of some of the chefs, if I want more experiences of flame, is that something that I can expect to come?
Yes. This year you will find us doing more of wholesaling through our website. And we're going to be looking at going from an e-commerce perspective of leveraging our seasoning sources, because we have signature sauces. So a lot of what you've tasted in the food that you've tried is exclusive to us. Shout out to Darren Hayes. He actually launched really this universal flame seasoning, right? And within that, we also have other sauces that comes along with that. We actually have a relationship with Hy-Vee, where we've actually set up and partnered with them on some events. And so we actually have more to come when it comes to getting into retail in all the local retail spaces. So be on the lookout for Flame Mobile Kitchen seasoning and sauces.
I'm on the lookout because I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I am excited for that. What else can we get excited for that's coming in 2025 with Flame Mobile Kitchen?
You know, I'm really excited about, you know, really trying to help build entrepreneurship. Like, that's really what I'm passionate about. You know, my job, and I think my mission in ministry is really to be a resource to others, how we started this conversation off. You know, being that we're looking to franchise Flame out, I'm actually encouraging aspiring chefs, cooks, bakers, dessert makers, and event planners to be a part of the organization, for us to be able to unify our efforts. I call it my Wu-Tang concept, that you can actually do things independent of each other. But then if we have events that's larger than what your capacity is, you have a team, an organization that can band together to actually put work. And then launching Spark and building the workforce behind that, I'm just excited about the opportunity of building a massive workforce in entrepreneurship in 2025.
I just had this vision, and maybe you've already done it, but in my mind, I see like this big open space, and in one corner, I see one chef cooking up something, and in another corner, I see another chef experience cooking up something, and in this corner, I see another chef cooking experience cooking up something. Is that something I can maybe experience?
I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but there is a lot that's coming up of launching something that will provide more of an incubator for these culinary arts specialists. And so I'm excited. Maybe I'll come back and make the announcement here once that come to full fruition. But there's some things that's in the work I'm excited about.
Really? Because I just seen the full vision in my head.
Yeah, me too.
It was at like that building next to U-Rock. Yeah, because I've been up there on like the rooftop and had a little something up there. Like, it's during Black History Month, we can do a couple. The Thor building. Thank you, Bianca. The Thor building. And you know, maybe during Black History Month next year, we could do a couple different dishes. You know, some greens with some neck bones in it, just some different things. But you know, we don't got to do just black dishes because we celebrating all year round.
100%.
We're celebrating all year round. What else are you celebrating this year, Mr. CEO of many different incubations of services that you offer, from the McNeal Management Incorporation to consulting to executive coaching to Flame Mobile Kitchen to also helping you ignite your spark and being a part of a great team? Come on.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think for me, I'm just really excited about 2025 because it's really the birth of some new energy. There's a lot of organizations like B3P, which is LeBrent Speed, and Cassandra Speed is launching, you know, continue to do work with BBE, continue to do work with the Black Chamber of Commerce, you know, and just really just leveraging the resources that we all have and then really empowering others. And through my consultations, I think that it would allow for the organizations that are out here trying to grow for me to be a part of those things. And I just want to be able to help any way I can.
Okay, I love that you are willing to help any way that you can. Now, do I just have to be a food-based business to receive consultation by you?
No. I currently have a clientele list that comes from a variety of different retailers, brick and mortars, restaurants, authors, musicians,
Wow.
makeup artists. So it's a variety. So really, you know, I think for clarification around the consultation, I focus in 3 general areas,
Okay.
which is what I do with Flame primarily. It's focused on structure. My 30 years of corporate experience allow for me to be able to look at standard operating models and really help the organizations really structure their business in conjunction with their business plan. The second thing is around scale. You know, a lot of growing businesses are challenged with how they doesn't have the capacity to build their business out. So I help them understand what is required in order to take it to the next level. And I think the thing that's what's most important that a lot of businesses don't think about when they think about having a growth mindset is around sustainability and retention of existing clientele and what that base management look like. And so my job is really to help them to see how do you continue to grow your business by sustaining your existing business and ensuring that you're providing them the best experience possible. So for me, the consulting aspect is what I do in any capacity, and it crosses all organizations, all industries, and all platforms.
That's amazing. Tommy McNeal, Mr. CEO, Black Excellent. I should have started off by saying I'm here with the Emmy awarded Black Excellent champion, Tommy McNeal. Tommy is here representing Flame Mobile Kitchen. Tommy is here representing McNeal Management Incorporated, as well as his business coaching, his executive consulting. I know I mixed those 2 together, but that's all right. And we have had a phenomenal time here at SPNN Forum. Make sure you come on back because Tommy promised that he got more coming up and he's going to come and share it with us here. I'm just waiting on him to share a sandwich with me. But in the meantime, make sure you come on back to SPNN. I am Jiccarra N. Hollman with Mr. Flame himself, Tommy McNeal. Thank you so much.